more negative consequences for every single American. Because of Trump's policies, millions of Californians will lose their health care. And so we have to stand up now. We have a responsibility here in California to stand up and defend our democracy. And I'm proud to stand here with the brave Democrats from Texas who are doing just that. Texas Republicans acting on direct orders from Donald Trump are redrawing congressional lines so that there is no way to dislodge them from power of Congress. No way to hold them accountable, no way to prevent them from doing whatever they want. Well, as Californians, we're here to say absolutely not. If they're trying to destroy our democracy, you're going to have to come through California. You have to come through California, where we are nearly 40 million strong in this state. We have the fourth largest economy in the world. And we have a proud tradition here in our state of standing up for the people's rights, of standing up for what is always in the best interest of our state and of this country. We will not allow Trump's Republican Party to rig this system and take permanent control of the U.S. House of Representatives. We are prepared, and we will fight fire with fire. And we will do whatever it takes to defend our democracy. California will do whatever it takes to protect the voices, to protect the votes, and to protect the rights of every single American. And now I'd like to introduce and welcome my partner in the State Senate, Pro Tem Mike McGuire.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. I want to take a moment to say thank you so much to Speaker Rivas. I'd like to acknowledge California's governor, thank him for his leadership, being so bold on this issue. We are incredibly grateful. The defender of democracy is here today, and that's Nancy Pelosi. We are incredibly grateful for your incredible work and legacy on behalf of all Americans. Zoe Lofgren, who chairs California Democrats on behalf of the California Democratic Caucus in Congress, thank you so much to our caucus chair, Monique Limon, to our chair of elections, Ms. Cervantes, to the assembly members, and to the patriots. The patriots who are here on the front lines of democracy, risking their health and safety. These leaders from the great state of Texas, we owe them a great debt of gratitude. When I was 19 years old, I took California's oath of office for the first time. And never in my life has the duty to defend the Constitution of the state of California and the Constitution of the United States of America been more critical than it is here and now. The future of this great nation, the future of our democracy, is hanging by a thread. And today we are at a flashpoint set by President Donald Trump and Texas Republicans who see the writing on the wall. Because if their draconian legislative actions were to take place, they've seen the same polls we have, they're not going to win the midterms in swing seats. So what do they have to do? They have to cheat to win. Here's what we know. We know what the American people want right here and right now. They want lower prices for families, not expensive tariff taxes. That's costing American consumers hundreds of billions of dollars and devastating California's economy. People want cancer research that save lives, not golden ballrooms that stroke egos. People want a government that trusts trained scientists in real numbers, not secret police who literally are snatching innocent people off the streets of this state. Take a moment to think about this for a second. They're taking innocent people off the streets of our communities and shove them into moving vans. People want their health care. They don't want tax cuts for billionaires. So in order to win, Donald Trump has to cheat. And they've come up with this cynical ploy in Texas to be able to redraw congressional maps to silence working voters, to silence Latino and black voters, and to prop up an authoritarian presidency that is rotten to its core. All of us here, we've taken that same oath of office, and I don't mean to get emotional about it, but it's incredibly personal to each and every one of us. And that's why if Texas moves forward with this action, California has to be prepared to respond. It is our sacred responsibility to California, to our country, and we know that there is no bottom to Trump's dystopian plan. I'm firm in my belief that if the legislature puts a redistricting initiative on the ballot, I believe the people of the Golden State will do the right thing. I trust the voters of California more than I would ever trust Trump and his lackeys in Texas. You know, I've heard it mentioned before. 2 wrongs don't make a right. The response that we have to be prepared for is not a wrong. It's not a wrong to stand up for the Constitution of this state and for the Constitution of the United States of America in the face of those who would destroy it for their own personal power and profit. It's not wrong to stand up to the billions in cuts that the president is proposing to health care here in California, to education, to our university system. Letting people vote is the right way to go about it. So is national redistricting. It leads to independent maps all across the country, and it's wonderful to see the Republican congressional members in the state starting to see the light that Democrats have had for decades. I want to end it right here with this. We've had the honor to be able to talk with several of our colleagues from Texas who described that they're being tracked by the FBI. Leaders in the state of Texas are being tracked by the FBI. They're facing bomb threats, death threats, and that is after what we saw in Minnesota just 2 months ago. Republicans, Donald Trump, Greg Abbott, Texas Republican leaders, they have the power to stop the threats, to stop all of this. And that's the questions that the media should be asking. Why aren't they stopping this? Republicans in California also have the responsibility to see that their Republican leaders do just that. This isn't a fight. This is not a fight that California picked. But it's also not a fight that we are going to run from. When times are tough, you run towards the wildfire. And that's what we're going to be prepared to do. This country is hanging by a thread as we know it. We have the duty to protect it with an ironclad commitment that we all swore before God. It is now my honor to introduce Zoe Lofgren, who has been instrumental in this process. She is the chair, the elected chair of the California Democratic Congressional Delegation. Can we please give her a warm welcome?
Well, thank you very much, Mike. You know, the California Democratic Delegation has been long in favor of independent citizens commission. In fact, the commission drew our lines. We are not allowed to give them any input, and that was fine with us. I am the author of a bill in the House to require independent commissions in every state. And when Democrats were in the majority, and we had Ms.